So now that we've talked a little bit about class object, let's go back to our source code and take a look in more detail at class commission employee. First of all, in all of our previous examples, we did not explicitly say extends object. If you don't explicitly have the extends keyword to the right of your class name, then the compiler automatically inserts extends object in the compiled code for you, and that's part of why you get for free the methods that are defined in class object. All right, so now that we know we have all of those methods, we're going to create our 5 pieces of data here. And as with any other class, when you have data in your class, you typically will also have a constructor for initializing that data. And we're going to receive a string for the first name, a string for the last name, a string for the social security number, and doubles for the gross sales and commission rate values. For the 3 strings, we did some simple assignments here. For the gross sales, we called our own setGrossSales method, which is going to validate the value of the sales and make sure that it's a legitimate value, and then set the gross sales piece of data. And similarly, for the commission rate, we called setCommissionRate to validate the commission rate as well. For each of the different members of this class, we've provided pairs of set and get methods. So for example, set first name and get first name. And you can see the same here for last name and for social security number. Let's take a look at the set method for gross sales. We see that it receives a double value which we've called sales, and it checks to see if that value is less than 0. If so, we're going to set the gross sales to 0. Otherwise, if it's a positive value, we'll set the gross sales to the value that was passed into this function. And similarly, we have a get gross sales method to return that value. For set commission rate, we've decided to check the commission rate to see if it's greater than 0 and less than 1.0. And if it's in that range, we'll use that value as the commission rate. Otherwise, we'll set it to 0. And we've chosen to use default values in the cases where bad data is passed into our set methods. But in a later lesson, we'll talk about exception handling and how we might use that to indicate bad data values instead. We've also got a get commission rate method to allow users of our class to obtain the private commission rate value. At the end here, we also have 2 other methods, an earnings method, which is going to return the earnings for a given commission employee by multiplying the commission rate times the gross sales. And we have a toString method, which is now redefining the toString method that we receive by inheriting from class object, either directly or indirectly. So what we've done here is given this toString method at line 91 the exact same first line as the toString method back in the class object. And in fact, if you click the link here in the online documentation, you can see that the first line is exactly the same. A public method that returns a string. It's called toString with a capital S, and it has an empty set of parentheses. So we defined it exactly the same way, and what that does is it means for anybody using our class, if they were to call toString on an object of this class, the version they'll get is the most recently defined version, that is the one that you see here at lines 91 through 98. Now we're returning from this toString method the result of a static method call, the string class's format method, which works just like the printf function in system.out. And we've got a bunch of %s's and %.2f's that we're using to format various pieces of data. And we're going to output the fact that this is a commission employee with a specific first and last name. We're going to output the social security number for that employee. We're going to output the gross sales value for that employee. And we're going to output the commission rate value for that employee. In the case of the gross sales and the commission rate, we're using the %.2f to indicate that we're outputting a floating point number with 2 digits to the right of the decimal point. Now, to test out our class and make sure it's working correctly, we have the CommissionEmployeeTest.java file. Notice that we do not import the Commission Employee class because it's in the same folder with CommissionEmployeeTest. So we talked previously about the concept of packages, and you now know that if you have multiple classes in the same package, they already know about one another. And the default package for a program, if you don't use packages, is the current folder. So because these are both in the same folder, they are considered to be part of the same package. To test out commission employee, we create one commission employee object here in main for a commission employee named Sue Jones, using the new operator, of course, and that calls the commission employee constructor. We then print out information about our commission employee, and we do that by using various get methods. So for example, here at line 16, we ask for the first name of the employee. Line 18, we use the get last name to get the last name. Line 20 uses get social security number to get the social security number. And then we also get the gross sales and we get the commission rate to show you all the basic data for our Sue Jones commission employee. After doing that, we also set the gross sales and we set the commission rate for Sue Jones to change those values. And then we once again output all of the information for our commission employee. However, this time we output the employee object in a system.out.printf call as a string. So you'll notice that the employee is going to be displayed with this %s specifier here. And whenever you output any object that is not a string using a %s specifier, the object's toString method gets called implicitly and the string representation of the object gets displayed. So if I go ahead and run this project, we can see in the output the complete results after it compiles here, and you can see initially that we output all of the information about the employee using the get methods. Then we updated the information for that employee, and here you have the toString representation of the Sue Jones employee with the new gross sales and the new commission rate values after we reset them.
Looking to advance your career by acquiring new skills? Tired of expensive off-site training programs? Wish you could learn from the best instructors in the industry? Look no further than Live Lessons. Self-paced, personal video instruction by the world's leading technology publishers. Each live lesson comes with a DVD featuring 3 to 4 hours of instructor-led classroom training, sample program code that allows you to work along with your personal instructor, and an example-rich study guide. Live lessons allow you to watch the entire course from start to finish or navigate directly to any of the individual lessons. You'll literally watch over the shoulder of your instructor as he shows you how to build state-of-the-art applications. Live Lessons, the power of the world's leading technology experts at your fingertips. To learn more, visit mylivelessons.com today.